Hello, Timothy Bailey here with Project Learn and our video for today. Today we're going to look all about pronouns. But again, the question is, what are pronouns? Let's look at an example sentence. My mother took my brother's coat and gave it to me. In this sentence, there are three pronouns. Do you know what they are? Well, let's start at the beginning. The first one is my, right? My. Then we see it again, right? So my mother took my brothers, okay? So two that are my, and gave it to me, right? So there are three pronouns in here. There are two kinds of pronouns. My and my are the same. However, there are actually five kinds of pronouns, and we're going to look at them briefly right now. Here's a nice chart, okay? So you can see them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the subject pronouns, the object pronouns, the possessive adjectives, the possessive pronouns, and reflexive pronouns, okay? The first three here are probably the most popular. You probably know those, and then possibly this one. The least used are this last one, right? Let's look at all of them briefly here now. Subject pronouns. These are the pronouns that do things, that do the verbs. Okay? Here's a girl, right? She is eating a sandwich. Who is eating? Who is eating a sandwich? Right? She is eating a sandwich. So she, the pronoun, is the one doing the verb, eating, right? She is the one who is eating. This is a subject pronoun. You can tell a subject pronoun often because it comes at the beginning of the sentence, usually the very first word, right? Not always, but quite often. Okay? Here are the subject pronouns: she, he, I, it, they, we, and you, right? So she is eating a sandwich, he is eating a sandwich, I am eating a sandwich, they are eating probably sandwiches, they're probably not eating one, right? We are eating sandwiches, and then you are eating a sandwich. Keep in mind, you can be one person, singular, or it can be plural, 3, 5, 20, right? And it doesn't matter the be verb then. You are eating a sandwich, one person. You are eating a sandwich, 12 people. Let's look at the object pronouns. These are the pronouns that receive the action, that get the action. Here's a picture, a boy and a girl with a couple balloons. He is giving the balloon to her. Okay? He is giving the balloon to her. Who is getting the balloon? Well, this girl is getting the balloon. Okay? But in this sentence, when she's receiving the action, we're not going to say he is giving the balloon to she, right? Again, here's the verb. This is what she's receiving, and this is the person who's receiving it, right? So her. And let's look at the other parts. So verb, the object, the thing that is being given, and the person who is receiving the object. If there is someone here, a pronoun who is receiving something, it's going to be an object pronoun. Okay, her. Here are the object pronouns: her, him, me, it, them, you, and us. So he is giving the balloon to him, to another boy. He is giving the balloon to me. It would be things like possibly cats and dogs or other animals, or just other non people sort of things, right? He is giving the balloon to them, maybe his parents. He is giving the balloon to you, and he is giving the balloon to us, I'm the speaker, so I'm one of the people. Okay? Let's go on to our next group, possessive adjectives. These are the pronouns that show ownership, right? Now, ownership might not mean you bought it and you paid money for it and now it's yours, okay? My phone is mine. I own the phone because I bought it. But it might show who the thing belongs to or who it goes with. For example, my mother, right? We saw at the beginning, right? I don't own my mother, right? She's my mother, right? She goes with me, so to say. I am her son. Let's look at this picture, right? Here's the lady teaching, right? And here are the students. She is their teacher. Whose teacher is she? She is their teacher. All of these students here, right? I believe they're all ladies, right? Female students over here, right? So she is their teacher. Now, why is this an adjective, a possessive adjective? Well, for this one, we have to look at the location where the pronoun is. This possessive adjective, this pronoun, right, is before a noun. Here's the noun teacher. Here is the possessive adjective. If it comes before a noun, it must be an adjective. So we don't call this a possessive pronoun, we call it a possessive adjective. Okay? We do, however, have possessive pronouns that we'll look at next. But the possessive adjectives, her, his, my, its. Notice this is its, not it apostrophe s, which means it is. This is its, the possessive adjective. Their, our, your. She is her teacher. She is his teacher. She is my teacher. She's probably not going to be its teacher unless she was teaching dogs or cats or something. She is their teacher. She is our teacher. She is your teacher. Right? Good. Now let's look at the possessive pronouns. So possessive pronouns are pronouns that show ownership again, right? But in a different way. Let's look at our picture. Here's a nice man, right, with some food. Looks like he's in a market of some kind. Okay. This market here is his. Okay. This market is his. Whose market is this? This man here, right? It is his market. Okay. Now, for this one, notice the location. The possessive adjective comes before a noun. For the possessive pronoun, right? Here's the possessive pronoun. It comes after a verb, which comes after a noun. So noun, verb, possessive pronoun. A good clue, possessive pronouns are almost always at the end of the sentence. Okay, so his. We could also say this is his market. Now we're using a possessive adjective, right? If we said this is his market. Because of the place before the noun, that would make it a possessive adjective. Notice that his is the same either way. Possessive pronoun his, possessive adjective his. The possessive pronouns hers, his, mine, its, ours, theirs, and yours. Yours can be singular or plural, right? Either one. And our last one, the one that doesn't get used very much, reflexive pronouns. These are pronouns that are used when the subject and the object are the same. The same person, the same thing. Right? Here's a lady. Looks like she's having some coffee and some orange juice, it looks like. She pours herself a coffee every morning. She pours herself a coffee every morning. Who pours the coffee? Well, that's she. Okay, this is the subject pronoun. She is doing this verb, pour, which she's doing here. But who does she pour the coffee for? Well, We're not using an object pronoun, right? She pours the coffee for him because she's pouring it for just herself. So she pours the coffee for herself. The subject, the object are the same, so we use a reflexive pronoun for that. And you can tell reflexive pronouns because they have the self, either the singular self or the plural selves, right? Selves. Make sure you sound the V, selves. It's not F, it's not selfs, it's selves. So herself, himself, itself, myself, their selves, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, right? These are the reflexive pronouns. Remember, subject, object, the same. Let's review. Here are our subject, object pronouns, possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns, and our reflexive pronouns. So you think about what word goes in the blank. So we're talking about two people. We're talking about Tessa and Deb are in class now. What could we say? Two people, the subject. Very good. They are in class now. Very good. Here we're talking about Muhammad, right? Does Muhammad like pizza? But we want to replace Muhammad, right? This is a tricky one, right? It's a question. I made a question. So Muhammad is still the subject. So we're not going to change it. It's not does him like pizza. It's going to be does he like pizza, right? Does Muhammad like pizza? That book is, so here, Peter. Peter owns the book. It's his book, right? So we could say that book is Peter's, but using a pronoun. That book is, very good, his, right? His. Right? We're talking about two people here, the speaker, so me, and a friend. Quick, this is blank bus. This is, good, our bus, the possessive adjective. Here is the noun, so this must be the possessive adjective, not the possessive pronoun. Quick, this is ours bus. No, quick, this is our bus. Possessive adjective, noun. So I want to talk about doing this by myself, right? Which I just told you the answer. I like to study by myself, right? Study by myself, right? And myself is right here, okay? Good. All right, a few resources here. So this one has quite a long, not a long list, but it has some rules about pronouns. This one here is about possessive pronouns, and this one is about reflexive pronouns. I hope this was helpful. Think about your pronouns the next time you're writing or speaking in English. Thank you. Bye-bye.